Hello everyone! So it's lockdown here. As everyone knows, it's like COVID-19's gone mental. Nobody's allowed to leave their house, so no getting to drive those cars. So I wanted to do some driving, and I started making a sim rig. So this is what I've got so far, and this is like version 1. You maybe call it version 1.5. I did a little live stream of me putting this together. It's maybe had some slight modifications since then, but nothing too big. But I've had a shot of it and it's not right. When I've been playing it, like the seating position, it's not really that good. And having a bucket seat, it looks cool, like that looks pretty good, but it's actually not that comfy, because bucket seats aren't that comfy, and when you're going to sit in something like that for quite a long time, it gets a bit sore. So I'm going to change the seat out, and the position for the pedals is not really that good. Now, kind of quite level, and if I just do this, watch when I put my feet on it. Take my shoe off so you can actually see it properly. And you put your feet on it, your foot, to get it to go flat, it has to go really like straight, and that is not a comfortable position. It's not what you do in your car. So I was speaking with Josh Duff, he's just put himself a sim rig. So he mounted the pedals vertically, so you can actually flip these up. So you end up with it, you pull the whole thing up, you mount it vertically, and then their pedals are a bit more hanging wise. And then you need to swap these two around, and you get like, it's way easier, your feet don't slip off them. So I'm going to do that, but let's first go and get a seat. So here's our seat donor. Look at this thing, look at the colour of it, it's like a purple, it's not respray, that is like a factory purple. Anyway, it's a really interesting colour, but this engine's toast. I just wanted it for some bits, and the bit I'm going to use is this seat. So I'm going to put that seat in. I'm going to put it in with the rails, and the one of the reasons is so I can slide it backwards and forwards. It's got rakes of adjustment in it, so I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to clean up all the crap that was in it. I don't smoke. It's a bit grimy, and look at that. Ugh. It needs all that cleaned out, and then there's some sort of weird fluidy. Oh, I probably shouldn't have touched that. That's probably fucking where Corona came from. Oh, some money though. Made the car 7 pence cheaper. Oh, made quite a lot more cheaper. So yeah, pull this out first. Do that. Couple of bolts there. You pop these caps off, and then there's another bolts around the back. Do those. So I've tried to wipe it down, but it's not come off yet. I don't know what it is. What is it? Undecided on what that smell is, but it's grim looking. Somebody maybe spilled milk or something. Anyway, so soap. Scrub it off. And there she is in all her glory. Well, as much cleaning as I'm doing. Oh, what's that? There's a little, what do you call it in here? First aid pack. We got a first aid pack? No way! Look at that! That is a total, that's brilliant. Apocalypse is here, and I've got a first aid pack now. That's gonna be, well, I hope I don't need that, but pretty useful. Check out all the stuff that's in here. Got bandages, more bandages, like some tape, like foil blanket, scissors, And then, I suppose that's useful in Germany. And then more bandages, like some sterile stuff. I know what they expect to happen to BMW drivers, but it must be pretty bad. So what I've got here is the position the old seat was in, this one. And this is the new one. I'm just trying to line it up now. One of the things with this is that all the controls for moving it are down there. So I need a bit of space down there. So I'm just going to look to trim this off. And that'll give me some space to, I think, at least be able to get in these and move it a touch further forward and backwards. Here we have it pretty much mounted in place. I just need to, I'm not screw bolting in. I'm just going to weld it on because this thing's not moving. I've measured it all up, so I've got a little bit of sliding backwards and forwards, so I can shuffle the seating position. As you can see, it's quite tight up on here, so it will go forward and it will go back a bit. It's also, you can still move it up, you're still being able to use these bits. So now it's just time to make some sizzle. So that is it all welded in, and now look, you can slide forwards, you can slide backwards, lift it up, down, and get the beam back, woo, all the way forward. And then even got this sort of lumbar bit here, so you can pull that forward, and then like adjust the thing up and down. Oops, sorry for the crotch shot, and then down. And considering BMW have designed this seat, it's like designed for being sat in for a good amount of time, so hopefully it'll be a hell of a lot more comfy than that, or that thing, which wasn't comfy. So just to explain why I'm doing this is, as you can see, so I've written A, B and C on the pedals, so accelerator, brake, clutch. Now, what I want to do is I want to turn this upside down, so we've got it vertically mounted. I've undone the screws in it, so it has to be careful. And now, by doing that, that gives you a better pedal position. So you can actually, it's a bit more natural when you're pressing down, your feet don't slip off it. So, but when I do that, see, the ABC is in the wrong place. So the clutch is on our right hand side and the accelerator is on the left. So we need to swap them over. So to do that, what you'd first of all do is turn this over. There's a bunch of screws in the bottom here. Screws there, some screws underneath in here, two there, then there, line along there, and then a line along here. Now once you undo those, turn this over, you then need to take the pedals off. So those pedals, and they're just little 2 Allen keys. So 2 of those off, and they're there, and that means that you can then lift this off. Sorry, this is not the easiest with my hand. Hang on a second. You lift that off. Now you've got to be careful because see down in here, still attached. So this will just let you lift it off. And then we've got our pedals. So now the reason you're doing this as well is because the accelerator, brake and clutch feel different. There's in these little pistons, there's different settings, so they don't feel the same. So you could just in a set of courses just remap them, but then you wouldn't get the right kind of feeling. So what I'm going to need to do now is undo the pedals and then just the A and C, accelerator and clutch, and then swap them round. That's that. The accelerator out of there, and I've undone the screws for this one, so it's just like 4 screws like that, little star head numbers, and then, so now, just in case I take this one out, and then all we're going to do is pop it here, and it'll line up. They're the same mounting bit, so you know, lines up, and then another one, take that out. Now see, there's wee actual locating squares just in there. That wee square that's there, that just locates the pedal, and then you've got it in the right place. Then now when you're also doing this, be very careful. You've got to undo this wire, because if you don't, that will be stuck in there. And now see, if I put that there, this bit's in the wrong place, so now I need to try and feed this back, so we now got enough slack in it. So I couldn't get that little bit to move, so what I've done is I've just got some electrical tape and wrapped it round there, and that gives a nice sort of jams it in here, and I just put the screws in, and that should keep that secure. And that's just so in case you get a tug on this wire, and this is the USB that's coming out, that it doesn't, you know, start affecting all these other wires. So it should keep it secure in there. Here it is, all done. Well, kind of all done. I might need to add a monitor stand, but like this, the way the pedals feel now is so much better. So here we go. I'll take the boots off, because never going to drive in those, apart from when you forget to take your shoes to the track, which I've done plenty of times. Right, see, now the one thing I've noticed is like that's not very good. Doesn't feel that great, but if you just put like a little bit of wood underneath, then it's so much better than the way before. And swapping those pedals around as well, that properly feels like accelerator. And it's strong. It's like really robust. I thought I might need to put like a stay down from here to here, but yeah, she seems good. And now we have a monitor stand. Basically, another bit of metal like this. This is actually the framework that came with my ramps. They were all bolted down to these kind of big square bits, so these have just been cut up and repurposed. So I've added this on, and then to stabilize it, couple of bars, one there, and then also just to make this even more reinforced, I've added a bar between here and here, so the whole thing is like, it's definitely apocalypse proof. Right, next thing I've got to do is a cup holder. So here is the start of my cup holder, or what is more accurately going to be called beer holder. So to make your cup holder, first check that your beer fits in here. Yes, check. Now, next thing I need to do is make sure it's the right height to hold said beer. So here we go, that'll do as an extra hand. Now, I don't want it too difficult to grab hold of beer, so I have set around about that height. There's going to be plenty of room to grab beer. So now I'm going to cut this off, put a lid on the bottom, and then beer will sit like this. So beer can then be easily extracted and drunk. Now here we have pipe cut. Now what we need to do is get rid of all these sharp bits, because you cannot maim yourself while picking up beer. Maybe while drinking beer it's okay to maim yourself. So some logic for the positioning of said beer holder is not to put it over here where my hands are going to be doing all that kind of crap. So beer is nice and safely stored over here. What will also be very important with your beer holder is you do not want to have your beer holder non-level. Now, as you can all see, there is a problem with this. Beer will just fall through. This is not good. So the solution for this is a nice little bar like that. And beer will not fall through. Well, it will not fall through once I weld it in place. Look at that. No beer will fall through. All beer will be safe. Look at that. Now, I know you've all noticed something, and I have not forgotten. Beer does not come in just this size. Beer also comes in this size. Yes! So there is my Apocalypse spec sim rig built. Done. Well, all the metal work's done anyway. There's a little bit more setup stuff to do computer wise, but yeah, she's good. Like, steering wheel. One of the things I don't think I've mentioned as well is that this is not the normal steering wheel that comes with them. This is like a steering wheel I had lying about, and all I've done is I got a hole saw, I cut a bit of wood out, and then I drilled the wood so I could get the normal. That's how your regular one would fit in. So I drilled that in there, and then I've just screwed it into there. I'm super impressed about that. And yeah, like, this is all crap I had lying around. Seats from a car, like monitor is the one I had kicking about. All this metal work has just been lying about in the garage. Obviously pedals and stuff like that. Even this handbrake. So this handbrake is actually meant to be a proper handbrake. As you can see in there, it's got like a load thing, so when you pull it, but the USB in it broke. So what I've done is I've wired in this switch, so it's like the brake switch. So it's a switch that, like, when it's pushed in, it's off, and when you pull out, it's on. And all I've done is then wired that into a keyboard switch, so I can still have a handbrake, because I don't know when again I get that new bit. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it. Like, baby pedals aren't directly in line, but yeah. So now I'm just gonna go and get it all set up, play some computer games. Might try and live stream some things once I actually get any good at this. And thanks for watching. If there's anything you want to know about it, just like drop some comments, and do the like, share and subscribe thing. That'd be great. Be trying to get this channel up to over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm almost there, but I could do with it. So if you are watching this, you haven't subscribed, and you've got to this point, which is amazing, then yeah, please do. Right, see you later guys, bye.